Hey everybody, welcome back to the Chaotic Little Book Corner. My name's Acacia. Today, I am back in my normal filming location. However, this is not going to be as much my normal filming location because I spend maybe 2 days a week here at this point. I don't live with my boyfriend, but I live with my boyfriend. So, I don't have everything there, but I'm there all the time. So eventually, if things continue, this will be there. But until then, I don't have this there. Which means I have to film at his place without a bookshelf background. Which means I have to try a couple of different locations to find what one works. Which means I need your opinions on what works and what doesn't. Also, I am trying to do videos in one take so I don't have to edit because I'm uploading from my phone. Which also means that I don't know how to make a thumbnail happen. So that's happening. Yes. Yeah. So, that is a thing. And I just need you guys to give me feedback on what locations work, what camera angles work, what don't. And I will try to adjust accordingly. Thumbnails will be a little less pretty for a while until I can figure out what to do. I could bring my laptop, but I don't know if it works right anymore. It's a very old laptop. Yes. So we'll see. I will do my best to do things, but we'll see. So today I'm going to be doing my mid-month wrap-up for September. I have 2, 4, 6, 7 books. Again, not a lot. But I have been very busy and very happy. So, yes, very happy. So, I am going to review these books. One of them is a book I received for review, so that one will be getting its own review, but I will be mentioning that when I get to it. Let's dive into the books in order of least to most enjoyed. First one is Spinning Silver. I don't even have the dust jacket on this guy because I read it so recently that I just haven't put the dust jacket back on. I didn't like Uprooted, and I didn't like this. I felt it was meh, like really meh. I like Naomi Novak's writing to a point, and I feel like if it was a fairy tale that I really enjoyed, I might like it more. But Beauty and the Beast for Uprooted, didn't see it. Rumpelstiltskin for this one, saw it, but didn't like the execution. Now I'm just hoping she comes out with something I'm more interested in so that I can dive into that. So I'm going to try her again, even though I've given her last 2 books that I've read 2 stars. I'm determined to like one of her books. I'm just determined because they look really pretty on my shelf and I feel very strongly that I should like them because they are described so far up my alley that I'm just like, this should be something I love. Why don't I love it? I don't know. Then we have Alice Bolin, Dead Girls. I'm really disappointed in this. I had very high expectations for this book. I was excited to read about America's obsession with dead girls and the especially dead white girls and the loss of innocence and virginity and perfectionism and all of those things. I was really excited to read it. The first essay I was fine with, but then everything else kind of fell. and it didn't impress me. And I felt very perturbed and very annoyed. And I just wanted to feel more immersed. I've seen essay collections done really well. So it's not that essay collections are boring to me. It's that this one didn't work. I was not impressed by it. I didn't like it. And I really wish that I had read something else in its place. I would have been happier with a reread. I was sent this for review. I will be doing a full in-depth review of this. Maybe. I don't think I have that much to say about it. This is White Dancing Elephants by Chaya Bhavan Eswar. Yes. I enjoyed it in like a pretty basic way. I read it in a couple of days, and it's a short story collection. It was compared to Margaret Atwood when I was looking at it. I don't think so. It sounds, okay. Just listen to this. In 16 Remarkable Stories, spotlights diverse women of color, cunning, bold, and resolute, facing sexual harassment and racial violence, and occasionally inflicting that violence on each other. White Dancing Elephant marks the emergence of a new original voice in fiction and explores feminist, queer, religious, and immigrant stories with precision, drama, and compassion. That sounds right up my alley. And so I really thought that this was going to be right up my alley. And I enjoyed some of the stories. I did. I thought that some of the stories were really well done, really well crafted, and really interesting. And they gave a different perspective and a different spin and a really interesting own voice perspective. I enjoyed it. However, I wasn't thrilled with all the stories, and I thought some of them could have been cut. I wish that this had been shorter. It's 204 pages. I would have been happy with like 150, 120. It also just left me feeling like I wanted more from it, and I wanted to understand more of what was going on. I like the writing style. I do. I will pick up another book written by this author for sure, but this one just missed the mark for me, and I just wasn't thrilled. Then we have Elijah Schlesinger's Girl Logic. I love this comedian. I adore her. I think she is hilarious. This book is a little simplified, though. I think it was meant to be so, but it just felt a little too simple. I enjoyed it. I laughed. I thought it was really funny, but there's a lot of stereotypes of women that are very clearly being represented and potentially unfairly represented. There's a lot of conversation about women being very highly emotional and being very, quick to make decisions or things like that. It was just, there was a lot of moments where I felt like it was a simplified version of Girls. And we don't really need that in society to kind of simplify how girls are. Girls are complicated, men are complicated, there's a complicated aspect to them, and each person is an individual. But again, this was funny, and it was fun to read, and it made me giggle, and it definitely has some feminist attributes to it. Like, there's definitely some fight for the woman, and some jabs at the patriarchy. But overall, I wasn't thrilled. I just think it's meh. But I'm gonna keep this on my shelves. I'm gonna keep probably a couple of those on my shelves, even though I wasn't thrilled with them, just because, I'm gonna keep Spinning Silver because it looks pretty next to Uprooted. That is it. That is the only reason. I feel terrible that I have that kind of logic. It is ridiculous. It is super shallow, but I'm doing it. And eventually I will need more space on my YA shelf, and I will get rid of both of them. But for now, yeah. For now, no. So, Merrill Island by Alexis M. Smith. I picked this up on Mercedes' recommendation. I will I link her channel up above? How am I going to do that from now on? I'll figure it out. I will link her channel up above. So, where to go with this book? I really think that Alexis M. Smith is a great writer. I really enjoyed it. This has cultish vibes to it. And those are enjoyable culty vibes, but they're not perfect culty vibes. It didn't really sell me on the cult aspect of it. There was a lot of conversation about the environment and the world and the way that people affect the world. Not really my cup of tea. I thought I would enjoy it purely based on the author. And also, I was thinking that it would be more cult-like than it was. I just felt it fell short. But I enjoyed it for the most part. It was definitely a better read than other books I've read this month, but it wasn't as good as I thought it would be. Even though Mercedes did say it wasn't her favorite. I don't know. Then this one was sent to me for review by Flatiron Books. I'm going to do a full in-depth review of this. This is How to Date Men When You Hate Men. This is by Blythe Robertson. I requested this before I had a boyfriend. It was logic at the time that this made sense. And I'm not saying that my opinion of men has drastically changed by the man I'm dating. I will say that my opinion of good men has changed drastically from the man I am dating. I'm much more hopeful that there are really good men out there, and that there are men who believe in equality for women and want to be supportive of a woman even when she's a little crazy. Because you guys all know, I'm certifiably nuts. Like, it's diagnosed, babe. I'm off the charts. But this, in general, just made me think about all the things that I've been afraid of for years in a partner, and it was a really generalized and one-sided opinion of men, and I don't truly believe that all men are like this anymore, which is a nice feeling to have. But I'm going to review this anyway. So I really enjoyed it for what it was. And then my favorite book of the month so far is A Head Full of Ghosts by Paul Tremblay. This has to do with a family torn apart by what they think is schizophrenia, and then years later a family comes into that home and things are not as they seem. It's a scary ghost story / haunting. It's just a lot of fun. Are you mad or is there something wrong kind of feeling. I really dig that vibe. Really enjoyed this book. Wish I'd read it before I met Paul, because I have some questions for him that have to do with this book, but I can live with it. I'm fine. So yes, I enjoyed this immensely, and I would definitely recommend it. It is a lot of fun, and if you like that kind of are we crazy or is it ghost kind of story, this one's right up your alley. So yes, those are all the books that I've read so far this month. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you loved it, click that subscribe button down below. If you have any questions, comments, or quandaries, go ahead and comment in the comment box. I will see you all in my next video, and I'll talk to you then. Bye.